Man, probably a fun fact on me is that I like to read. Like I like to read. That's a lost art nowadays. Oh, my great uncle is Jesse Owens. He won 4 gold medals in 1936.
I always want to leave people with this, man, to all the viewers and everybody out there, man. Make sure you guys finish your story. Make sure you guys finish your journey because somebody's going to need it.
Yeah. All you got to do is push the back button. That's all you got to do. Push the back button.
Try not to think about the future too much so you can maximize the now.
Who's your favorite rap artist?
Man, to be honest, it's crazy. Tupac always been my number one, right? Like he got me through so much stuff, but Lil Wayne has been in the modern day.
I said, what does it really take? What does it really take to be great, Drew? And he looked at me and he was like, you really want to know? And he was like, to be honest, everything you did to get here, you need to be consistent times 10.
Hey now, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Coach Lee. Happy hump day to you. Wednesday night, you know what that means? It's the Nothing But Basketball show. Yes, basketball is still going on. Man, we got a great show lineup for everybody tonight. Before we can do that, we got to get the crew up in here. We got my man back for his 24-hour hiatus, and he coming through with that hot fire. Coming in, doing his damn thing. My man, Big Two.
Oh, run the play. Do the rap. Hump day. Wednesday night, Number Basketball Show. We are here tonight. Of course, 24-hour hiatus. I have to show my face tonight. You know what I'm saying? But I'm here, guys. You know what I'm saying? No fair weather over here. But before we continue tonight, got to bring in my guy. You know what I'm saying? Repping his Celtics hat to the death. You know what I'm saying? Death was upon them last night, and they prevailed heavily, man. My guy, Chili Will, in the building. What's the word with you?
What's good, people?
Yes,
good.
Got Mom Dukes in the house. Got my man E Killers in the house. I see y'all. Appreciate y'all.
What's going on?
We cooling, man. We cooling. Y'all going fishing? You going fishing yet with your boys?
We'll talk about it in a bit. But no, I did not go fishing. I did not partake in this Cancun trip.
On 3 Cancun.
1, 2, 3 Cancun. Officially.
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, get your laughs and jokes in now.
Oh, we got to.
You know the slogan.
We're gonna be out soon too. I don't think we're coming back all 4, but I think we can win one more. Even the one we won, it wasn't looking great the whole game.
Shout out to everybody. There's no basketball on tonight.
Yeah, that's sad, right?
It's on games, you know. Shout the Nuggets and the Lakers, whichever one you want to blame, or you know, you can blame both of them in this sense. You know, more basketball less, but you know, our first topic, obviously, you know, is wrapping our hands around this conference final session of the NBA. Very, very interested. As we just mentioned, no basketball tonight. The Nuggets took care of their business. The Nuggets didn't play with their food en route to a 4-0 sweep of the Lakers, and 113-111 victory at the Staples Center. The Los Angeles Lakers, who actually been turning up the notch at home during the playoffs, just seemingly couldn't click, couldn't react and adapt to the Denver Nuggets style of play. The game 4, 15-point lead at halftime, unexcusable, to even let that go down. And once that went down, I'm like, yeah, pretty much all the gas has been wasted this season. Overall, great season for my Lakers. 2-10, we can say all that, the trades, whatever the case was. But I said this. I said they just had to go out there and play. Deal with everything that comes. Now, Western Conference Finals, okay. But we don't take that stuff.
The truth is, they barely even belong there, but they got there.
Well, right. I mentioned to y'all that I didn't want the Lakers in the playoffs because the fan in me is like, if the Lakers get in my mind, I'm not thinking of elimination. I'm not thinking of elimination. I'm thinking of winning and getting there. And they almost surprised me and almost got to the finals. So overall, for what they did, they played to the end of the last whistle. Shout out to them. More shout out to the Denver Nuggets, though. I mentioned to a couple guys the other day.
Dominant.
They have everything that you need to win a title. They have a tandem. They have somebody that you can follow along with, and Michael Porter. They have great veterans in Aaron Gordon, Jeff Green. They have Caldwell Pope too. Shout out to the former Laker. You got Bruce Brown. Got a couple young guys doing their thing. And I didn't even think around that they had like a rookie or anything. They just have a perfect team roster-wise in the shape of everybody else in the conference. They've been the best team all year, best team in the playoffs. They deserve to be.
They even had a solid rookie in Brown. Brown, what is his name? Brown, Christian Brown, the one who was on Kansas last year, Kansas State. And they went far too. So, yeah, they had players.
They had everything you can ask for.
Yeah.
They didn't have a rookie that really blew up crazy like they had a situation where they had Bones Highland and a couple other rookies that were, doing in the scene. They ended up trading them.
Yeah.
So they didn't have a rookie that really came up in the lineup so fast that they had to do something with him. It was kind of like you can.
No, they started to solidify. They had solid starters, veterans everywhere, shooters everywhere. And it doesn't really matter about all that so much as Joker's just too good.
And that too. Like, he didn't need the MVP this year because we know MVPs in recent history have not made the finals. So this is a good thing for Joker that he didn't get it because now you can go get the finals MVP, which in people's senses in the last decade or so has been a good trophy to get. So go ride that out, Jokers. Mike Malone, shout out to Mike Malone. Shout out to that whole Nuggets organization, man. They deserve it. I mean, their first finals. We're going to see an NBA finals where teams looking to hoist it for the first time, being there the first time. We talk about Michael Jordan 6-0 in the finals. Joker has a chance to be 1-0 in the finals. So,
would you let James retire as a Laker or trade? Ain't no point in trading him. You ain't gonna get nothing.
Oh, we talk about that in the LeBron bait in the retirement. I mean, he's been in the league so long. I mean, you could flirt with it now. You could flirt with it now because we know the time is near. And we know LeBron is all in the media already, so we know this was going to be added inserts to arguments, discussions, or whatever you want to call it. Me personally, I don't think he's done with the game yet, but he'll flirt with it, because that's what greats do at the end of their career. He deserves that. If it is his time, he's going to announce it. He'll have his farewell, have his season of, being acknowledged, and we go about it. But season is, let this man, vacation in Cancun, go over what was in his 20th season, something that he can look forward to and look at it and like, I can still help teams. I'm still here in year 20, still can help teams. I haven't even been in a role where I'm a role player yet. So, Joe.
Yeah, depends on how you value Bronny. That's the only thing he gonna really care about is playing with Bronny moving forward.
Well, he did come out and said that, he would like to play with him, but he understands realistically that may not be an option for him. So you think he's gone, or you think he's got more left in the tank?
Man just averaged, 20-something in the playoffs? Yeah, he can still play. He can still play, but I think he has some legacy decisions to make now because he signed, so he got to stay the one extra year, right?
Yes.
When the truth is, this team looks like he needs to make one of their moves again to go join another.
I mean,
super situation.
Prove it or not, we have a few things that we can do this season. This
y'all did make room with the trade, yeah.
Room, you know, you got the $30 million, but what are you gonna do with the $30 million? If
Kyrie.
you're, you know, your Lakers right now, you're in a situation where we know the West is gonna get stronger. We know that the NBA as a whole is gonna get stronger. Do you feel that it's worth going to get these guys? And LeBron saying that he's hitting retirement doesn't really matter what type of team is out there. If he still wants to chase championships, then the Lakers will go add a piece this summer. You know, because I feel like they need a piece. This team's not going to get to the Western Conference Finals next year. This team right here constructed is not.
Nah, probably not, but they're going to go get Kyrie, though. That'll be different.
I think considering the circumstances they came under, you know, the team got put together during the trade deadline. They exceeded expectations.
No. I understand that.
They also didn't have Mo Bamba out there, but also
it's the fool's goal this year. It's the fool's goal.
Yeah,
happened to the Dallas Mavericks last year, and it happened to the Blazers the year before. These teams got to the finals because got to the conference finals because of certain things that happened.
Lights
in Phoenix. In Phoenix too. In Phoenix against the Bucks. Like in the West is kind of like that. Like the Lakers got there, and I'm happy for them. I'm a fan. But at the end of the day, next year, we have to be kind of realistic with ourselves. I'm happy that they rolled the gun this year, and I'm happy that they got to where they got to. But next year is a whole different beast. We don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, they're going to lose D-Russ. They're going to lose Reeves probably too.
That right out of here.
Yeah, but you're going to lose Reeves too. Unless he takes a discount, he was balling for y'all. So y'all going to lose Reeves. Probably still stuck with Malik Beasley.
We had Caruso. We had Caruso 2 seasons.
I think so.
We'll keep. Austin Reeves will be in a Lakers uniform next year.
That's gonna cost him a lot, bro.
We'll see how much.
They say they're gonna match any deal that comes about. You know, anybody offers them.
There's certain deals they're not gonna be able to match, though. I think the best they can do is probably like 3 years. If they try to still build a team that's relevant, best they could do is like 3 years, $30 million, 3 years, $40 million. And somebody gonna offer that man 80. He just went crazy in the playoffs.
Do they have his bird rights?
Nah, he ain't been around long enough. You got
okay.
Yeah, I don't think he's been around long enough. But we'll see what happens.
See what happens on the other side, Eastern Conference, man. Like, hey, man, 9 lives. It's the game. Apparently, the Celtics got a couple more lives, man. Well, we'll say one more, man. As last night, they ended their Miami South Beach trip, not going to the club. They ended up going into the arena and playing basketball. Finally, first complete game, all series from them, and a 116-99 victory over the Miami Heat. Miami Heat still have a 3-1 lead going back into Boston tomorrow. And this city tomorrow, man, is gonna be hell. Hell, win or lose tomorrow night. Well, you're on wax right now, and it's been tuning in, looking at statuses, looking at posts. I feel like there's a lot of people dreaming. And of course, you know, you want the team to come back from a 3-1 deficit, but there's a lot of people dream posting, dream talking like Celtics in 7. But if I was to say, let's put your money up right now on that Celtics in 7,
not one.
How? What's your mentality going into it? Well, I know there's one game at a time, and
that's all I can think about. All I can think about is the next game, and I think the next game we win. I think we're gonna get one more. Then it's gonna get real tough, man. Like the next game will be obviously crazy because that's when the pressure starts to turn back on a little bit for Miami.
On them,
right? If we win this next game, then the pressure starts to go back towards Miami. But it's still in the end, you got to win 4 in a row. We won one. I definitely think we win the next one. After that, I think it depends on how we win this next one. We got to blow them out.
Now they have y'all as an 8-point favorite tomorrow night.
That's
high. The statistic is every underdog in the series has won.
Yeah.
So it's kind of dipping water, man. You know, it's kind of scary to pick the Celtics minus anything on the spread right now with the way
crazy.
Miami's been playing besides this game. But it could be a change of the turn. Because I did mention in game 2 that I hoped and I thought that Miami's offense would shred it down a bit, but it did. And it continued to pump. And in game 3, it continued to pump. Now you had the 99-point game, and it kind of feels like, okay, that's what you need if you're Boston. But what you really need if you're Boston is for your 2 guys. Mm-hmm. This is a game 5 where your 2 guys. This is a game of your 2 guys. Like, I know the team aspect, but your 2 guys, Jaylen Brown and Jason, got to put a stamp. They got to pick 1 stamp out of possible 2. If they go 7, that will be, you know what I'm saying, the game where they have to come up again. Game 5 is definitely a point for Jaylen Brown and the max contract here and him staying here. He's got to come. He's got to show up.
There's a lot riding on this next game and the following game if we win it. Yeah, like I said, I just think I think it's gonna take a lot from our big 2 guys. But also one thing that just I just wonder if the role players on Miami can keep it up, because they have been going. Like, you could say Jimmy this, Jimmy that, Spo this, Spo that. What's really been happening is Vincent and Martin have been killing us. Yes. Like, absolutely killing us. And you got to wonder, you got to ask yourself, how long can that last?
Yeah, you definitely got to see how long they last. But one thing about that core right there is that this is a good situation for them to be the way they are right now, because they were a year younger last year. You mentioned a couple of these guys, you know, coming off the strip to be playing on this team. So that tells you what type of team Miami is. Can the Celtics mentally get back in shape? Now, it's 1 win. You take that win, you take it, you organize it. But don't put the pressure on everything. Like, you don't hear nothing today about Joe. You know what I'm saying? This terrible coaching. You don't hear none of that. And that's the secret sounds of the Boston Celtics in the area.
Yeah. Joe finally got some love last night. Finally.
But is this Joe's last good clap of the season from the fans? Because the fans gave it to him today. The fans said, "Hey, my dog came to coach." Now tomorrow,
everybody still said he's gonna be fired, but they were like, he coached well tonight.
Right now, yeah, like Miami too, man. Miami, the stars are gonna have to come out to play tomorrow. Bam had a subpar game. They don't have Hero. These other guys are these guys. These guys right here, they're guys. And I understand you, Will, to your point. You're saying that they can digress at any time because, you know,
they've been
at high too long.
Yeah.
So it could change. And you got to remember, too, everybody, it's a conspiracy moment. This is something that we don't have no basketball if this series is over tomorrow. We don't have no basketball to June 1st. That means Memorial Day weekend, you put your baseball hats on and you tip me out to the ball game. Well, you start figuring it out.
Yeah, Martin's shooting like 60% from the field, 50 from 3, averaging 20, and Vincent doing basically the same thing, like about 18 a game. It's crazy. I don't know if they can maintain that. So, but if they can, well, then it's gonna be a quick and easy game tomorrow if they can maintain that.
The Lakers just smoke, or it could happen, right? We've been in the market for some time, and in the rumor market as well, for a point guard. And a lot of times in the last few years, it's been when a point guard is on the market, the Lakers are one of the top suitors, the top teams. So it's not smoke. It's something that could be talked about, something that could be interesting. But I'm not going to put a ding on it. But everything you hear in regards to anybody, especially a big name, moving, LA's on the top of the list, even if LA doesn't get him.
I'm looking right now as it stands going into the offseason. The Lakers have $29 million in cap space. Obviously, they're the Lakers. They can pay the luxury tax, whatever the case may be. But you got $86 million going towards 2 players, AD and LeBron. So to get Trae Young, and Trae playing on a max deal right now?
Yes.
That's a lot of money on 3 players.
Yeah, but they used to doing that. And then they fill in the roster with a bunch of vet men guys who can shoot. They always do that.
Yeah, you're going to go, in Trae's case, you're going to go big market. In Trey's case, if he doesn't want to be traded, you got to think big markets. What other big markets, are going to come about? I mean, potential of the Clippers. You know what I'm saying? Shredding around. What they do with Russ. That can be something interesting as well. Though Kawhi and Paul George are on contracts, they're dealing with what they're dealing with. Maybe they shred some money under the table. These teams are going to find a way to shred money under the table. That's the type of person that they want. Either Trey or Kyrie. They'll find a way to shred during the draft or whatever the case is, man. But, yeah, man. And hopefully answer your question to the best of our abilities. You can take that. And if you hear any more, let me know.
I don't know if they're going to go after trade. I feel like they're more likely to go after Kyrie.
Shout out to your football dog.
What's going on? How you doing? We doing good.
Chris, why don't you want to trade Trey? How's it been going so far? I'm just saying.
Trade Jason Collins. Man, now you had to give up more than just Jason Collins. Everybody know that's a bad contract.
Yeah. You gotta give somebody with Collins because nobody wants just Collins.
They panicked and signed him to that max deal.
And I think he could play. He's just on the wrong squad.
Yeah, and he probably don't want to be there. He flashes. He has his moments. Okay. So, any predictions? You think the Celtics come out of this?
The whole thing?
This series?
I ain't finna jinx them like that.
Okay.
We come out the next game, yeah.
I think what was the stat they showed the other night when the team was 3-0, they've
never come back.
Yeah, that's right.
Never.
Do you believe, Will?
Here's the thing. I'm supposed to believe because in baseball, we're the only team to ever do it.
Right.
So I'm supposed to believe. And that's where that whole thing came from. Everybody was saying, don't let us win one. Don't let us win one. Everybody wanted to say it because Kevin Millar said that shit 2 decades ago. He said it. But no one took it serious then when he said it, and then they went on to win 4 straight. But it's a different sport.
True that.
It's a different situation.
Coach.
Yankees didn't have Jimmy Butler.
I'm gonna just speak from my mind. No, I'm gonna speak from my heart. Hell no. The mindset is gone. Because like I said earlier, any game, any point, you know what I'm saying, it could turn. But in my heart, hell no. I need this to end tomorrow night. I need the Celtics, not in game 7, in game 5, to feel everything that I've been saying for the last 10 years. And go get you a 20-10 guy and stop fucking with the NBA and go get a title. That's all I'm going to say.
And Chris, that's my point. Trey's done everything for the Hawks. Put the whole Hawks on his back and gone nowhere. That's the point. He's not the leader that you guys need.
He's not that Trae Young that came through the lane against New York in game 1 in the playoffs a few years back, hit the game winner, or hit the 3 at the buzzer and shivered and gave us.
He can be all that. He just can't.
Yeah.
He can't be your best player.
Atlanta has gotten that. They're not going to get any more of that. You know what I'm saying?
He can't be your best player. If Trae Young is the best player on your team, you're not a championship team.
No,
it's that simple.
No.
And that's not a terrible thing. That might be the case for a lot of guys. That might be the case for Jason Tatum. We shall see.
That could be the case for Luka.
Could be the case for Luka. Yes and no. Dame's.
I'll say no because Dame's clock is ticking.
Yeah, Dame's. Yeah. I see what he means though. Like career-wise, they're gonna have a very similar path, except Dame does more with less, and has for most of his career.
Right. If Dame wants to get in a situation where he'll be in a situation where the NBA and him will not agree anything, but he'll be in a situation where he could possibly win a title. Possibly, probably. Probably too late now. Probably too late now.
I swear, people just I be invisible. I be saying shit and they blame it on somebody else.
Oh,
Chris, I think Chris don't like coming at me. That's just funny.
I want to look real fast too on Austin Reeves' contract.
Yeah.
He's got a cap hold for next year, and he has a restricted early bird
Okay.
of a cap figure of $2.1 million.
Oh, so they can't keep him next year.
They can't.
Okay. Like, wait, they can't?
They can.
Oh, they can. Okay, yeah. All right, so they got him next year. That'll be good for them then. Yeah.
They can match anything, but like you said earlier, somebody can come and just offer him something crazy. Do you want to go over the the luxury tax for him?
Yeah, that's the choice they're gonna have to make. And to your question, what I think of Dame and Embiid playing together? I think that would have been unbelievable about 2-3 years ago. But I think now Dame needs a little more than just Embiid. Like, because how is Dame that much different right now from what Harden gives you? Harden gave them a 45-point game in the first round. Now, other games he wasn't as consistent. Sure, Dame's a better scorer, but Harden's a better passer. So you're trading off one thing for the other. Depends on what you think is more valuable.
And you got to think too, the people, the team around him. You know, we've seen the same Philly team for years and the same production. I mean, like you said, you're trading somebody for somebody, but you're trading intangibles as well. So,
Embiid is Patrick Ewing. That's how it's going to end for him. Big city, big dreams.
Yeah.
That's how it's going to end for him. He just can't
get around him. He just can't get over the hump.
He just can't do it. And what's going to be worse for him is Embiid is going to be Patrick Ewing without the Bird or Magic or MJ excuse, because that guy's not. There's no guy there doing that to him.
There's not really a roadblock for him over in the East right now.
There's not. It's not like he keeps getting there and then losing to LeBron in the finals or losing to Curry in the finals. The two main guys that run this town right now, this league right now, they're not even in his conference. He just can't get it. He's just not getting it done.
Indeed, please just don't miss the butter roll layup.
Yo, that was like the worst moment in his life. I still remember that. I remember seeing that as a kid. Like, I felt as a kid, and I knew the game, but not like crazy. But as a kid, I was like, that seems like a bigger moment than it should be, and it's gonna be good.
That was the low key demise of Pat Ewing. The low key demise.
It crushed him. Or KD, you're right, Kelly. Yeah. Or KD. He's not dealing with KD either. He's not dealing with anybody but his own fucking self. And he can't seem to get out of his. I mean, he keeps running into the Celtics. The problem is that that's not going to be a great excuse when his career ends if we don't end up winning any of these. If you keep getting knocked off by Tatum and them, and then Tatum and them don't win, that's not a good look either. So, like,
against your legacy,
right? That just hurts you.
It's not like
it definitely hurts you because you're like, damn, we couldn't beat these guys.
We couldn't beat the guys that couldn't win it either. Not only could we not win it, we couldn't even beat the guys who couldn't win it.
Or LeBron missed wide open dunk. Yeah, you tell it.
Yeah, but that's 4 rings later. He can do that. You can miss a dunk when you got 4 rings on your fingers.
Absolutely. Well, we gotta be fair as we always are on the Nothing But Basketball show. About NBA without talking about WNBA.
Ladies ball too.
Ladies ball, man. So we just completed was it week 1?
Yes.
So we got the week 1 power rankings. Will likes list.
Let's it up.
Top 5?
Top 5. Roll it out.
Coming in at number 5 with the unbeaten record of 1-0 this week. They beat Phoenix 94-71. We got the LA Sparks. In a marquee game of opening night, Brittany Griner's long-awaited return to the WNBA. The Sparks put on the show as they defeated the Mercury 94-71 in Los Angeles. The Ogwumike sisters.
Ogwumike.
Nika with 17 and Cheney with 15 led the way for the Sparks. But it was rookie Zaya Cook who had the most impressive performance as she came off the bench for 14 points, 5 of 6 shooting, 2 of 2 on 3-point attempts as the Sparks opened up a commanding lead.
No, you got those 2 girls down under. You just need guys to go out there and play basketball, man. Zaya Cook probably one of the best pickups of the WNBA season. You know, not being a veteran. Awesome. Hopefully the Sparks can have a spark this year, man. After last year's debacle, with Liz, they need this come up this year. So I mean, it's one game, 1 week. All you can do is build on it. It was a good victory, what I'm saying, spoiling Brittany Griner's long way to return.
In their previous ranking, I've got to mention was number 8 going into the preseason. Coming in number 4, the Connecticut Sun with a record of 2-0. Previous ranking was number 4. Last week, they won in Indiana 70-61 and won in Washington 80-74. Much of the talk surrounding Connecticut this offseason was about who they lost in former MVP Jonquel Jones going to New York. Head coach Kurt Miller and point guard Jasmine Thomas going to Los Angeles. But this team still has Alyssa Thomas, 2 double-doubles to open the season, DeWanna Bonner, 20 points per game through 2 games, and Brianna Jones, double-double and win over Washington. Ready to keep the Sun pushing for another 20-plus win season.
Mm-hmm. It was lovely too. I mean, Washington had a great opening game against the Liberty, people's Eastern Conference pick, and Mystics slapped them up. Sun basically like, we don't care if this ain't the end of the season yet. This is the beginning, and we still have that mark from last year. So it's good for them, at 2-0 to keep their foot on it before any of these teams that think they're gonna surpass them really do. We still the dogs. Did somebody beat us?
Yeah, true.
Sun D'ing up, man. That's why they're always gonna be in games if they play the way they've been playing.
They got a meeting this week with they got a meeting Saturday with the Liberty. They got a rematch with Washington. And note, the Sparks may be 1 and 2 and may fall out the top 5 ranking because they play the Aces 2 times this week.
That's not fun. Aces finna beat people up, man.
At number 3, the New York Liberty had a 1-1 record. Previously number 2. They lost at Washington 80-64 and won at Indiana 90-73. It took only 2 games for Breanna Stewart to make some history in the New York Liberty jersey. On Sunday, the reigning scoring champion posted a career high and franchise record 45 points. And she only needed 3 quarters to do it. In New York's 90-73 win over Indiana at the Barclays Center. In her first game in front of the new home crowd, Stewart tied for the 7th highest scoring game in league history. What would she do for a follow-up?
Yo,
Man,
crazy.
Bullying people.
Oh.
I watched that game the other day, and literally it was too easy. Her and Sabrina and Gospel running 1-2 and just lighting it up, literally lighting up. But they have other people around them, and I feel like that would be the main thing they need to stay on with each other this season. Both of those girls is to keep installing the team in, because you install this team in as well, man. This team's very, very good. There's a reason why they're a legitimate threat, you know what I'm saying, to get that title this year. But Breanna Stewart looked good in that second game. The first game, I can give that to him. A team like that, usually don't necessarily do good in your first game. This bumps.
If a team's gonna beat the Aces long term, it's gonna be this team, just because Inescu and Stewart together is quite possibly one of the craziest duos this league's ever seen. They're gonna be unbelievable. They're gonna run that 1-4 pick and roll, pick and pop nonstop. They're gonna run it, and you're gonna have to defend it every time because they got 2 people on both ends of that can dominate at any point. I look forward to watching these 2 play together for the whole season.
Absolutely. Coming in number 2 with a record of 1-1, the Washington Mystics. The previous ranking was number 3. They won last week. They beat the New York Liberty 80-64, but lost to Connecticut 80-74. Washington opened the season by spoiling the debut of the New Look Liberty, holding them to just 64 points in the 80-64 win in the head coaching debut of Eric DeBolt. However, they were unable to pick up the first road win as they fell to the Sun in Connecticut on Sunday, 80-74 in a game that saw double-doubles from both Elena Del Don, 19 and 11, and second-year center Shakira Austin, career high 21 points and 11 boards.
Good way to start your season up and keep the 2 by beating the Liberty. And this is all we're dealing with this week with the Mystics. Mystics is a good team, though. We're not going to hang out. Della Dawn still gives people problems, still gives people nightmares.
She got to stay healthy because she's unbelievable, but she got to stay
healthy. The healthy part is correct. She has not been able to stay healthy the last few seasons. But ultimately, like I said about the Sun earlier, there's a couple teams in this conference, the Eastern Conference, that's going to say, Liberty, we are still here.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I didn't say it was going to be easy, but they're going to work.
I feel like this is going to continue to be competitive as the season goes on.
I agree.
Coming in number 1 with a record of 1-0, the Las Vegas Aces. Previously number 1, they the only game this week they beat Seattle 105-64.
Snapped on Seattle. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. It's hard to find a way to have a better opening to a title defense than what the Aces displayed on Saturday, as they set the record for the largest margin of victory in the season opener with the 105-64 win over Seattle. It would take a couple of games to get used to seeing Candace Parker in an Aces jersey, but she fit in rather seamlessly next to Asia Wilson on the front line, while Kelsey Plum and Jackie Young led the way with 23 points apiece. Ball out of control, boy.
Kelsey Plum is playing. I thought she would miss some time, but apparently it's not the case here. I mean, they added a piece to Candace Parker, a legendary talent. They are stealing. They have Becky Hellman on the helm. People say she should be coaching the NBA right now. If coaching is that there, I mean, you can notch them up in the West Finals. There's no way this team should not be in the West Finals, But one thing to be clear for and make clear for is health too with this team. Usually a team like this, you want definitely all the top teams, everybody, for instance, you want to stay healthy. But, the teams that are, going to make this league marketable, you know what I'm saying, and make this league interesting to watch, they got to stay healthy, definitely. So, and all, they have a facility and the only WNBA team with a facility.
Their team is stacked too.
So they have I say that's a crazy advantage because I don't know how to proper female. I see ladies working out, but without the facility, where else are you working out at?
Are they going to like Planet Fitness and shit? Like, how's it working?
Yeah, exactly. It kind of fucked up that they don't have facilities for these ladies in the NBA. Then they can't use the facility. Like, goddamn, pretty crazy. Brady make sure his girls in Vegas got the best of the best so Candace can come back. So you telling me that Brady could be possibly boning Candace?
He went way too far.
Nah, Brady just got that. We just talked about that the other night, man. Brady in Vegas. Everybody trying to go to Vegas, man. The Oakland A's going to Vegas, man. It's gonna be a hell of a time. He does own a piece of the Aces. Yes, that's a part of the contract with Al Davis and the Raiders. That Ace did.
And Two was already laughing before he even said that.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
That's terrible. That's terrible.
Oh man. Next up for tonight, we've got the Wizards GM search. As of right now, that's been kind of quiet, and they're the only team with a GM vacancy. But then they just signed somebody this afternoon.
Motherfucker.
Did they? Well,
who signed who?
The Wizards.
Let me find that out.
I thought they just signed somebody, if I'm not mistaken. It came across maybe about an hour or so ago.
Wow, Wizards.
Yeah.
Who's the coach?
Hire Michael Winger as president. Winger will oversee the Mystics and the G League Go-Go.
Whoa! Wow! Definitely interesting that we brought this up tonight because now we have an answer. The search is no longer a search. Shout out and congrats to Michael Winger. Who don't know much about, but he came up in the NBA working under Danny Ferry for the Cleveland Cavaliers, which is a somewhat of a plus right there. Made his name during the stint as the assistant manager of the Oklahoma City. We getting interesting here. And He joined the Clippers in the general manager office through decision-making power and front office, ultimately resided in president of basketball operations, Lawrence Frank. I have nothing but positive thoughts in my mind. Now, I don't know how you're going to get the Wizards back to playoff status, but you kind of have a decent team. And if you get some flakes on it from past experiences, this could be a good turnout.
I'm upside down. Look at that shit.
This dude right here, dog. Hey, yo.
You having too much fun, Will.
Yeah, man. We gotta shake it up.
Shout out to you, Frank, and we see you, man.
Oh man. Clippers GM. Yes, he was in the Clippers organization. And
there we go.
what's going on? Who's that? We got
your boys
Frankie right in the building. Shout out to Frankie, man. You know what I'm saying? Hung out with him for a bit on Sunday, man. You know, cool dude. You know, Cheech and Chong. You know what I'm saying? If he's a wizard, use his hands so on Papa Beal away. He was just big. Nah, this guy right here got some recipes, and he's been around people that got recipes. So if he's learned and paid attention very well, this could end up in a very good way for him in the Wizards. I like where he's come from. I like the successes that he's been around.
It's the Wizards, man. It's gonna take a miracle.
No, it's definitely gonna take a miracle. I understand that, but you have some guys, not necessarily the guys that but you have some guys. There's some people to rug around, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what they can do, man. They got a draft pick, you know what I'm saying, in the top 10.
You got Bill, Porzingis, Kuzma. That's a pretty good triplet.
But I think in all, your first mode of move is going to your guy and asking him, really, do you want to be traded? Real talk. And that's where you open up the can of worms. You go to Bill and you see what Bill really wants to do. That's the respect you owe a Bill as a coming in GM. You have to make sure to see if Bill's not there now. That's the way, you know, you don't want to be that GM and then get fried in this situation. You want to know what's the situation here with him. Because there's been a lot of stuff flowing away with him as well. A lot of these guys, rumor mill.
He might be new GM.
Oh, the building.
Look who showed up.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah. You know, the Fairweather fans start coming back around. Well, you know. What's going on, D? Talk about Celtic regard. D's a hell of a supporter. You know what I'm saying? Hell of a shit talker. And this a hell of an all-around guy, man. Shout out to my man.
Yeah, he's a troll extraordinaire. Good Celtics fan, though. I know that. Yeah, look, the Wizards are going to take a lot to fix. They got a good pick. They got it. You're right. I believe. I agree. It believes with starting. It really starts with trading Bill, and I don't even know why they signed him. They must have signed him to sell season tickets or something like that because they should have been a sign and trade. I guess he wanted to go there because they're gonna give him the bag or whatever. But
yeah, but he's next year he's $43.2 million.
It's too much.
Then 46.7, then 52, then 53.6.
Yeah, that's a whole lot of money for a player who's basically by himself.
For 57.1.
A player option for that? He's gonna take that no matter where he's at.
Age of 33.
Definitely do that.
He's 33 right now?
No.
Oh, he'll be 33.
Yeah.
Okay.
He'll be 29. He's 29 right now.
All right, so yeah, that's
sound like he's been in there forever.
He'll be inserted to a team based on what we've seen with people with all these stupid contracts. Some team will try to experiment with him alongside, probably like a 3 tandem somewhere. It has to be because who else is going after that deal? At this point, he probably wants to go to a contender.
Sounds like a future Laker to me.
Shit. Hold on. Listen. No. Listen too.
He could be a Celtic.
Could be a Celtic. Jason Tatum's been trying to ring him around. Could be a Celtic. I thought the Celtics first, and that's disrespect to you.
I know. I did too. I just didn't want to deal with it. The truth is, it makes sense because him and Tatum get along. They like to play together, and he can do some things that Jalen can't in terms of scoring, in terms of timely scoring too, and shooting. Yeah, it'll be a deal. It'll be for Jalen too. It'll probably be for a sign and trade for Jalen.
Yeah, I can see that.
If I'm the Celtics, I gotta try to in the summertime. I was telling people this at my job, man. They have to go get somebody that is fresh and young on that low perimeter on in the post. They have to. Like Robert Williams, he showed that he's playing, he's healthy, and that's cool. But how much longer can you go with Al Horford? Honest.
As long as he got to hit threes, yeah. I mean, look, he's a good leader. I view Horford like Haslam. Like I want to keep him, just not at that price anymore. He got to come up off that bag.
No, he definitely get more run. He definitely can get hella runs still in the league. He's definitely a guy that you still could play.
He's
I'm
old
just saying
though.
in terms of like you need. I just feel like I always said the Celtics are a 2010 guy away, dog, from winning it all.
He's 37.
Yeah, but 20 and 10 guys at the big spot, like how many?
No. I mean, like they got an average 20 and 10. Like that don't only have to be the average. Let me say somebody when Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, nothing's going right for them. They can throw something in the post.
A third guy, yeah, I feel you.
Something in the post at that point. They try to go third guys other ways, and I respect them for trying to do that, try to develop their team and improve their team. But keep getting guards is not it. And then getting same houses and all that is not it either.
Yeah. Hauser ain't the guy. First round draft picks will get better. Yeah. He'll be in there trying to shoot shit up.
I hope he's a good leader. He look like he trades balls.
Get some help.
But the GM search, man, for the Wizards, man, don't expect any fast, you know what I'm saying, turnarounds. But it's good that they ended their search and gotten the person of their choice. And like I said, I feel like something positive moving forward for them.
You mean back in the day, or with the big thing that we had? Like,
I mean, Trump's probably gonna be back in office soon. So I mean, until now, Michael Render might be the hardest thing in Washington right now.
Hey, I know we talking about basketball, but I got to miss a wheel. Y'all might win the Super Bowl this year, man.
Stop it.
New England doc voluntary team activities. They lose 2 of them, 2 OTA days for a violation of all season rules. Y'all cheating again.
Oh, let's go. Let's get it. We cheating.
They out here cheating again?
We back at it. We back at it.
I mean, they cheated with a good team. I mean, I wouldn't expect them not to cheat with a bad team.
Yeah, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, man. You know the rules.
So, before our first break, we had a little bit of news that came out. Was it yesterday or Monday? But the great Carmelo Anthony has announced his retirement.
Stay mellow. Third round pick of one of the infamous drafts, man.
Did it with a video that allegedly LeBron recorded. Allegedly.
Really?
Yeah, he said he did, but nobody loves himself more than Braun, so I don't know if that's true.
Now I will say this. I know we talked about it maybe Monday night. I can't remember. It might have been after the show. But actually it was in the group. If you're not in the group, you need to get up in there. But somebody had said as far as the number 15, should it be retired?
No.
And, like I think the Joker's kind of solidified number 15 going forward. But I did see today that the Knicks are talking about retiring his number 7 jersey.
That would be the great ideal spot because
that'd be the most Knicks thing ever.
That was somewhere that he wanted to go. Somewhere a team that gambled a lot to go get him.
Reward a loser.
The Denver situation is touchy. I think the Denver situation is touchy, but once Jokic got that number 15 and he's doing what he's doing with it, you know, it's kind of a wrap with Melo in that aspect. I feel like they could have rekindled the flame at some point and got his number retired if Jokic wasn't wearing number 15. But overall, his number will be in the rafters somewhere. He deserves all the acknowledgement, all the praise. in the world, man. This guy was one of the best scorers that I've ever known and ever seen. And
the last true ball that retired.
No, it's one that plays down at the AAC in Dallas right now.
And there's another one who played up in Boston too. So.
Melo was just he was a gifted guy. Just a gifted guy with the basketball, gifted guy with the rock. You know, definitely can put the ball in the hoop. I mean, there's guys that we wanted. Guys, we can list a bunch of guys, all of us, probably different guys, who we would love to see win a chip. I wish he would have won one, man. With the story that came with that 2003 draft, I wish he would have won one. It kind of sucks in that aspect. He didn't win one.
I can see him being in that same arena as like Carmelo and Barkley. Great players, one of the greatest players of their generation. They just can't get over the hump.
He's a lot like his mentor when he first came up. Well, early when he came up. He's Iverson. He's a 6'8" Iverson. Absolute bucket, lots of heart, hood love, impact on the game in some way, but just never really that guy. Never the guy that could get it to you. And he didn't even get as far as Iverson. Iverson at least got it to the finals. But the point is he just wasn't. He wasn't the team player he needed to be.
He
to gather the team.
He didn't understand. He didn't understand the word in the misses of basketball sacrifice. Because it's always, you know, him growing up, it's been him. And by the time he learned that and was able to be a team player, be able to be a respectable guy in and out the locker room, in on the basketball court, it just, you know, obviously, you know, it's too late for people, you know, so. There
was a great story that Iman Shumpert was telling one time about playing with him, and he was just like, they went back to the huddle one time, and Shump was kind of mad because he was like, yo, you keep calling for the ball, but you taking these shots where you doubled or they bad shots. And Melo explained to him, he was like, look, I get what you're saying, but those shots for me, he's like, those are, I make those. I can make those shots. And the truth is, he was right. He can make those shots. The problem is that he kept thinking that forever, and he shouldn't be taking them. Just because you can make them don't mean you got to keep taking them. And that's kind of what the problem is with Melo. I love Melo's game. I love watching him play.
He was stuck in between. He was the stuff on the sandwich to LeBron and Wade. Wade and Bron the bread, and he's everything in there. You know what I'm saying? What makes it, you know, and he wasn't able to get to that plateau. LeBron and Dwayne Wade, you know, realized at a point, even Chris Bosh, you know, sad that Darko Milicic. Matter of fact, let me get 30-second time. The goddamn Detroit Pistons is a goddamn Carmelo Anthony did not win a championship. And this is why Detroit's sucking right now. For this reason. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because after that 04 chip, you should have went to go get Melo and try to create an ultra dynasty, and you didn't do it. Melo, if you want to blame anybody for you not winning the championship, you go blame the Pistons.
And himself.
Joe Dumars, huh?
Joe.
When he to see him still?
Yeah. Imagine having Rip. I mean, Tayshaun Prince still.
Yep.
They had them all still.
Yeah.
And Chauncey.
Yeah. Yeah.
And all you got to do, they had down year, all you got to do is pick Melo. That's all you got to do. They said they thought he wouldn't fit. Right. Probably not, because he wanted to shoot too much. But guess what? Y'all needed it. That's why y'all never went back.
He would have been the best ISO player.
Easily.
Man, y'all ready for first break tonight, my friend?
We can do that.
First break for tonight. Y'all hanging out with the parlay, and this is the Nothing But Basketball show. We're going to take a break. We'll be back about 15, 20. Hold on to your butts.
Hey guys, it's your girl Tamara Moore, former WNBA guard and current head coach at Masabi Range College. I want to give a big shout out to STWF Media, the big brand, for showing love and always being about those good sports. Make sure you guys show them love. You and your community can join them every week to talk about sports. Shouts out to them and make sure you check them out.
You're back with your boys, the parlay. Appreciate you hanging out with another basketball show. You know how we do it around here. Let's get it up in gear, man. We got a great remaining part of the show to get into. First off, right off the bat, we got NBA trade ideas. I like this parts.
Yeah, I love these.
These are
This is where we get. This is where we get to be fools.
oh yeah.
And then if we right, we get to randomly be like, "Oh, see, I know, I called it."
I know, right? So this NBA trade out there for players who need a fresh start. This was kind of surprising because it's kind of like the team's making a choice. But number one is Jordan Poole of the Golden State Warriors. They say how it can happen. Golden State Warriors can receive Anunoby from the Raptors,
Wow.
Kuminga and Jordan Poole. For Kuminga and Jordan Poole. But
I
then,
actually love that deal.
but that's telling me though that they're making the decision
To
to
stay with Draymond.
Uh-huh.
They were like, "Well, whatever he said, he got knocked out for. He deserved it. Don't trade him."
Now, are the Warriors kind of in their mind like, we know this epic story is gonna end, in ways that we know it was gonna end, like, maybe a rebuild one day, things of that nature, not being the worst team in the league, but not being one of the best teams in the league. And you just noted that, like, all the senses of, do you keep Draymond this year? This young talent that you thought was the up and coming, do you get rid of them? And do you just keep the old dinosaurs for the long haul for the rest of their careers? It's a tough situation right now. I think it all depends on what Bob Myers does. Because he's on the hot seat, not hot seat, but he maybe leaving, maybe not. And Jordan Poole is a guy that they gave this money for because they thought he was the future. Now, if you let him go and say Steph gets hurt,
trouble.
Then it's like trouble. So it's kind of like, damn, do you do that? Or you're over exaggerating how the year went? It's crazy where you get young guys that ball out. And then the older heads are hooping. Like Clay was hooping in the series. Not crazy, but, Clay, was doing his thing. Jordan discouraged after game one. The Warrior guys, the veterans, let him have it, and this is why he didn't perform the rest of the playoffs. It's sickening.
There's another hidden reason why they can make this move.
Okay.
And his name is DiVincenzo. Now, if they resign him, the way he's actually able to handle the ball, he can play some point guard for them.
That's true.
And he played, whenever he had the ball in his hands, he made plays.
He plays
a lot of confidence, and a lot of confidence as a ball handler, like as a playmaker. They were hoping he would be more of a 3-and-D guy. He still defends really well, but the three wasn't falling as much. But then they realized, well, this other thing that he does well is handle the rock and make plays. So I think they can re-sign him as the backup point. And if that's the case, yeah, that does make that huge contract for Jordan Poole expendable. You can move that, and if you can get an Anunoby for that, whew, that's worth it. Like,
that's true.
OG can really defend. Then you have insurance between Clay and Wiggins. Whoever isn't on point, you might even bring Clay off the bench at that point. Start Wiggins and OG. That's great defense out there on the wings.
He's only 25.
He's young. He's real young. Yeah, he's young, and like I said, he can hit the three, open three, and he can defend. And so that's that's a great player to add if you can do that. I think he'll bring more to the table than Poole does. Poole's hit or miss. He's Henny J.R. Smith. Like when he gets like the flame lit, yeah, he can give you 50. But it's not every night that it's lit like that.
That's true. Next up is actually OG Anunoby.
Yeah.
Raptors. How it happens, the Raptors receive Buddy Hield and 3 first-round picks, 23 via Boston, top 4 protected 24, top 10 protected 26 from the Pacers for him. Why would they do it? They said that they just sent, obviously, in the previous statement, they sent Poole for a fresh start. But the Raptors' 25-year-old wing could use a clean slate of his own. Reports of his dissatisfaction in Toronto have been around for a while, as have those indicating he wants a bigger role. Now, a little snapshot that I saw is according to NBA.com, he guarded these 12 players most of the time during the season: Mitchell, DeMar, KD, Brown, Joker, Kawhi, Butler, Harden, Randall, Luka, Bill, and Giannis. 12 All-Stars across all 5 positions. Doesn't get any more versatile than that.
Yeah, he's a great defender. If I'm him, I don't know if he has no trade clause, but if the Raptors are gonna move him, also I don't know if I do that if I'm Indy. That's 3 first-round picks. I know a couple of those protected, but it's a lot of picks for a guy who great defender, versatile defender, but for 3 first-round picks and a player, I need you to be a consistent scorer too.
Yeah, that's a haul.
You got to give me 20 points a night and defend.
So
and
you got to be Kawhi.
Pretty much.
But be available.
Available Kawhi, yes.
And I'm starting to think to pick this topic for a reason when I look at number 3 on here.
Yeah.
Number 3, the Don Luka from the Mavericks. The Dallas Mavericks received Victor Big W from the Spurs for Luka. Why? Partly because this would be the most seismic trade in league history, but also because the Mavericks have given Luka no reason to believe they'll surround him with enough talent to contend.
And you think Victor gonna want to go down there and y'all ain't gonna bring talent around him?
He's a rookie. Right? He ain't got no choice though. He's a rookie.
Well, I mean, Luka was a rookie. Who should bring around him? Tim Hardaway Jr.?
Nah, but the point is that you move Luka because Luka can walk away soon, whereas Wemby will have to be there for 4 years.
Now, the thing I don't like about this is right up there they have. I think it's a little unfair. They said the Mavs are assets poor, just missed the playoffs, and have no shortage of troubling reports and allegations about a toxic culture plus front office turmoil. That's from like 4 years ago.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I get it. Next up, DeAndre Ayton of the Phoenix Suns. Phoenix received Gordon Hayward, Mark Williams, 2023 first-round pick via Denver, 2026 first-round pick, top 8 protected from the Charlotte Hornets for DeAndre Ayton. Why? Other than $133 million offer sheet Phoenix matched to keep Ayton last summer, there hasn't been any more outward expressions of satisfaction between the parties.
No, they hate each other.
Seem more practical than enthusiastic. They signed him out of necessity because he was going to walk for nothing.
Yeah,
I wonder how much of that was a like Monty Williams and kind of a turnaround why he got fired. In this case with Ayton, a trade. It could happen. I mean, the year is almost up where he can be traded. I'll give this another half of the season and then get rid of him based on the coaching situation, who they get as a coach and other things like that.
And money already turned down the Pistons. I was surprised to see that.
Oh, yeah, I seen that earlier. Monty Williams, you don't do that for your Monty. But this is the time turn. This may be the end for Monty as a coach on the helm. Maybe an assistant. He'll probably be an assistant of a contender. And it sucks. Damn, you don't want to be the head coach of the Pistons? Damn, man. See, we just talked about the Pistons. Pistons are cursed. They're cursed.
Next up, I can see this one happening because I think he does need to be moved. The big cat, Karl-Anthony Towns of the T-Wolves.
You're saying it forever.
New York receives Karl-Anthony Towns from Minnesota for Emmanuel Quickley, Quentin Grimes, Evan Fournier.
Yeah.
Unprotected first-round picks in 2025 and 27. 2024 first-round pick via Washington, and 2025 first-round pick via Detroit. That's right. They got all those picks left.
That's 4 picks.
And didn't give up a lot to Utah to get Gobert?
That's 4 picks, Quickly and Grimes, for this dude who hasn't done anything with his squad.
Nah.
Who's known as being soft, and you want him to go play for Tibbs?
Oh, Tibbs ate him up.
Not crazy.
Tibbs would eat him up.
Child, please. Wasn't Tibbs already his coach in Minnesota for a little bit?
Yeah,
Tibbs right.
And didn't stay? Child, please. They ain't doing that.
I mean, they won't probably do this trade, but I feel like he should be a guy on a team's radar. Definitely.
He should be, but like
This is the ideal guy that I was speaking of. That somebody that when your tandems are not doing well, you can just give the ball, and he can stretch it for you. And he's a lot younger than the guys that you have stretching nowadays, anyway. So yeah, Cal will definitely a good third piece on the team. He has a skill set to be that.
The problem is he's always had the skill set, and we saw a couple seasons of him really doing work. We saw that early on, and we were like, all right, he could ball. What we kind of stopped paying attention to is that he turned into Ayton.
Yeah, I just think he's a guy that's like
no heart.
No, I think he's a guy that's like, F it, I'm getting paid millions to play in Minnesota. My father's already basically stressed to the team that I'm displeased here. Minnesota still has me here. Like, I'm just going to sit here and be a professional, as he's been his whole career, until something happens.
I think
he ran his course in Minnesota.
No,
it could be.
I just said something about his mental toughness.
He did lose half his family with COVID.
He did, but I think the one thing that we haven't mentioned yet that could be really pushing them to want to be out of there is how they embrace Anthony Edwards.
Because Anthony Edwards is a dog.
And this is his team now.
It gotta be. He's the only one gonna get you there. He's a monster.
His team. It's definitely his team. It definitely is Anthony Edwards' team. Cat has been here for a long, long time. I mean, I thought they would pull the trigger on it a long time ago, and they haven't. You get Rudy Gobert now. We know that the tandem is not going to work. You got to get rid of him. When Rudy got traded, I'm like, yeah, Cat's probably out the door one of these days. Yeah, somebody got to go get Cat this summer. Or within the next 8 months. Or go to the trade deadline or whatever.
He won't make it past the trade deadline. I agree.
Rudy got 3 years left on his contract, with one being a player option.
Yeah, he won't make it past the deadline.
Nah, I don't think so. I can see him being moved, but
I see a draft night move.
And you know what? It's a valid point. And this season is the last under his current contract.
Like they talked about the Hornets going to get Ayton. The Hornets should get him.
Yeah,
that's a team that I'd actually like him at.
I don't like Ayton really with them because it's like Ayton's like, okay,
Ayton's still too soft, but LaMelo will throw the lob and get Cat involved.
Cat can, like I said, he don't have to put up 20 and 10, but Cat will get you 17, and 8, 9. You don't really know what Ayton's gonna do now because you got the green line in Phoenix and you can't even score 6 points. You bum mother. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Ayton's like a 14-5 guy, which is pathetic. Like this dude Cat will score with LaMelo. So go get him.
And another little caveat, he cannot be traded until July the 7th.
Of this year?
Yep.
When's the draft?
Yeah, he may be gone this summer.
When's the draft?
June 22nd.
Shit.
That's pushing right up to his gentleman's agreement.
And you gotta hope they don't fuck you over. Yes, maybe.
Yeah. Gotcha, bitch. My bad.
That shit was funny. But yeah, like that. So because, and here's the thing, and you will get screwed over if you have the gentleman's agreement. Because if they do it, if they let's say it's the Hornets. The Hornets got the second pick. If you do it, the Wolves are gonna want Scoot. So the Hornets got to go out and draft Scoot, and then in 14 days trade him for Cat if they make that agreement.
Right.
But if Minnesota changes their mind, now you stuck with 2 guards when you could have drafted a wing and Miller.
That's a valid point.
So it could get weird for them. It can get real weird for them.
That's an island you may not want to be on.
Yeah, now look, listen, cry me a river if you get stuck with Scoot. Scoot's a problem. He's gonna be nice. But just from a fit perspective, two dominant guards, 2 dominant point guards, basically. We don't know how that's gonna work.
That's true. Might not be no balls for that.
Right, might not be. They might be another Damon McCullough.
Now, speak of the draft, the last topic for the night is the 2023 mock draft. This is the 2.0 for us.
We done did it. We're gonna do it again, and we're gonna do it again after this.
Yeah, boy.
So
mock draft till y'all tired of it, or until they get drafted.
top 10.
Top 10? Yeah.
Top 10, top 10, top 10.
Number 1, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, Wemby,
the big Frenchman, going to the Spurs. Brandon Miller.
Who? Yeah,
Brandon
Miller.
Alabama, going to the.
I think they're gonna try to horse Rozier's value up. I feel like they're gonna add Brandon Miller, and then they'll work to trade something or get something, go get a bigger something. They can go explore Cat or whatever, and try to be a better team. I feel like I don't want Scoot, and I don't want no rookie to go there, honestly. But I mean, if you had to pick the rookie to go there, it's not Scoot. I don't want Scoot to go there. Jordan's been blowing. Jordan's not a good GM. I don't want Scoot there. Brandon Miller, let's see if Jordan can control somebody that's somewhat been in trouble. Not in trouble, but somebody that's been dealing with a situation. Let's see if Jordan can adapt.
I wonder if Jordan goes for it again at the wing position, or if he remembers Kid Gilchrist and gets scared and doesn't do it.
Right.
He's had better luck with guards.
Jordan picks like the Raiders pick in the NFL.
Yeah, valid.
There was some talks that, of the possibility of them bringing Bridges back.
Yeah, I heard Bridges. Yeah,
they 100% should. I think he's been acquitted or took a plea or whatever.
He served his games, I believe. I mean, or has it? Yeah, I think it has to be signed.
They never got. Did they never get to see how him and Melo played together? Because he got bounced.
Yeah. They seen how him and Melo played. That was Bridges was all over.
Okay.
Yeah. And then Bridges messed around during the end of the year and caught this case.
Yeah, that's right. Bridges can ball. Bridges can ball. I think he'd be a good fit on that team. He's a smaller power forward, but he's a stretch four.
No, I think with this move of Miller, if they pick Miller, they're gonna try to go get Bridges is gone. I don't think he'll be a Hornet. Yeah, I don't think he's a Hornet. I thought when he caught the charge,
they have his rights.
They do have his rights. They definitely have his rights. But if I'm Mike, I try to go see if somebody really want him.
That'd be a guy you send to Minnesota for Cat.
That'd be nice. Actually.
Him and Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, two goons. Him and Anthony Edwards. With the big being Gobert.
And I like Rudy Gobert along with them. Like Rudy Gobert's
with those two, Rudy Gobert makes sense. He made no damn sense next to Cat.
Definitely.
Number 3 on the mock, Scoot Henderson to the Trailblazers.
Who's clearly the second best player in this draft. They're just pushing him to the third spot because of necessity, or who it doesn't really make sense to put Scoot next to LaMelo Ball. But he could be off the board by this pick, but if he's not, this pick definitely means they're probably going to move on from Dame.
That's true.
My thing is, do you have Dame traded on draft night? Because something to me, just like if you do choose Henderson on draft night, you can't draft him knowing Damian Lillard is still active as a Blazer. You could, but I'm just like, I don't like that. Like, I would want the trade to happen so that that space of thing is, because it's just like, damn, you just said it a few minutes ago. They can trade him. Yeah. They can trade him.
Yeah, you got to trade Dame.
So kind of like, I think that's where his definitely him being the top 2 pick, top 3 pick. That's what his agents is probably gonna flirt around and talk to teams about. Like, is my guy going to be playing right now? Are y'all going to trade Dame? Are y'all going to execute Dame? Is this something, you know what I'm saying? So that's another thing to think about too, especially going to a guy like this that could be the future of his draft, his position, teams kind of want him to be the one from day one.
So with Dame, next year he counts 45.6 against the cap. And then it's got a player option the year after that at 48.7. And this year, he can't be traded until July the 9th.
So weird. And they can't waive those deadlines?
they refer to it as a trade restriction.
Fascinating.
Probably something from the league, I'm assuming.
I can
Yeah,
see
it's fascinating.
be real. I can see one of these three guys going down.
Really?
No. Sorry, not Wemby. Sorry, I can see number 2 and number 3 falling down in the draft race.
Fascinating. I don't think Scoot falls at all.
I don't know why I see this. Like, I hope not, but this is a little thing I'm holding right now. That one of these guys potentially.
Amen.
It just seems right. Like you just read that about Dame. Is Dame really at the door? Are they really gonna go Scoot and Dame after? You know, I mean, McCollum obviously. You know, you got to get rid of him at some point. Like,
well,
really...
somebody would have to get moved because you're not gonna have Dame, Scoot, and Simons.
Well, the Utah Jazz float around and try to go get him with the number 2 pick.
Will the Jazz spend it? The Jazz from 9? That's tough to move from 9. Who
9 what? If they got 2 picks, in this draft in this first round, then let me check.
They got 9 and 16, but like
there you go. You got 9 and 16. Flip for Scoot to listen.
Yeah, but 9 and 16 is not worth Scoot. Like Scoot's worth more than 9 and 16. So you got to send a player too.
I mean, it all depends on Dame. Pretty much.
It does.
But then it'd be fucked up if then they do all that and keep Dame and then they end up trading. Yeah. So you better go get Scoot right now and make sure you tell him that he's the number 1 off the top and get Dame out of it. Because I don't see Jordan. I don't want Jordan drafting him. And Blazers sound ideal. Good place to be, but
number 4, the Rockets, Amin Thompson.
Yeah, Amen Thompson is a problem. His brother's gonna get a couple picks later, and Oscar Thompson. This is a solid fit for him. It's a little weird because he's kind of he's a point guard / 2 guard. And they already have 2 guys like that, both signed. They got Jalen Green there, and they got my man Kevin Porter. But he might need some time to get ready. So you bring him off the bench. 6-man him.
Wow, it's kind of 4th pick for a 6-man, or you just kind of stashing him to see how it plays out.
You got stashing to see how it plays out you're stashing him for like a year, and then I think you got to make a decision on Jalen and Kevin Porter around that point anyway. Well,
if anybody's going to figure it out, they got the coach to figure it out down there now.
He may do it.
Yep.
Stop.
Pick number 5, Jarace Walker to the Pistons.
Yeah, Houston, they underachieved in the tourney. He was nice. He was one of the best players all year, but I don't know. They already have undersized bigs on that team, but I guess they could take another one.
Undersized big, they
need to trade this pick. Honestly,
they should trade this pick, or honestly, they should go after Cam Whitemore of Villanova. I feel like they need a big guy to stretch the floor. I feel like Whitmore could stretch the floor a little bit for them. They have Wiseman down there. You know what I'm saying? Either trade
and they got Wiseman and Marvin Bagley. If I'm the Pistons at this pick at number 5, with all the youth already on my team, I'm making a call for Cat or Ayton. I'm making that call. See what they say.
I can see that.
Because now you got to pick, and you could send. They have Stewart. I think his name might be Isaiah Stewart, something like that.
Yeah.
Who's a undersized power forward for them. You could send Stewart and that pick, and possibly somebody else. They got youth everywhere. You can send that for one of those guys, and you can get them. I'm pretty sure Ayton. I'm pretty sure you can get Ayton for that. That 5th pick, Stewart, and maybe even Bagley or Wiseman. Maybe the Suns don't want Wiseman, another underachieving big. Bagley's that too. They got a bunch of them there. That's crazy. But yeah, they got to. If I'm the Pistons at 5, there's no one at 5 that's like a game changer. But there is some players that you can start to build around. They already have a bunch of youth. I don't know it'd be weird for them to pick there, in my opinion.
It would. I agree with that. Number 6. You mentioned him earlier, Asir Thompson.
Yeah.
To the Magic.
Yeah, he's not as good as his brother, but he's still a solid player. He's not as explosive as his brother is, but he's still explosive in his own right. He's still 6'7", and yeah, they had easier road at the overtime elite. Isn't a crazy like the competition isn't crazy, but to that credit, they put up numbers there.
For what Orlando, I mean, Orlando still has. They don't.
They have another team. Why are we drafting?
No. But his strengths, as a strengths, he's 6'7". I mean, yeah, this is a pick that the Magic can trade to. Everybody, I feel like we talked about it. Like if Detroit was how we thought they would be in Orlando, these are two teams that were like, you have so many young guys.
Stop drafting. Like you gotta move. Yeah, you gotta move.
Experienced guy. Like for instance, like the Magic wouldn't be bad going to be a big man. You know what I'm saying? That caliber. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Yeah. Like but they got to make sure that Paulo's the guy. Yep. with growing France, the Wagner kid.
Yeah, Franz Wagner. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then we got some dogs over here. Got some little scrappy guards. And
I just don't know what, like, when they're drafting, usually when you draft, you're like, all right, best player available or draft a need. Best player available.
He's right here at the spot as the best player available. I mean, according to strengths, you know what I'm saying? Like he's a good player to play around the court. He's gonna pass the ball. He plays D. He grabs boards. He can score. Yeah. Not a 3-point shooter, but he takes the two pretty well. You know what I'm saying? Like
they just don't need him.
It's all around the dot scene there. So it's like if the Magic feels like this guy can add to their team, you can go grab him. But if you feel like at this position and any other guy down here, I feel like they're.
You take him if you're not sold on Suggs and you're not sold on Franz or Franz. If you're not sold on one of those two guys, then you take them. But I think they seem like they're moving forward with those two guys. They've had an ample opportunity to move them, and they haven't. So
it'd be funny if the Magic go get somebody a quiet acquisition in the summer. Like say, hey, which side is it at the bottom?
Not for nothing. They beat us 3 times last year. Not obviously we know how to underachieve when the time's right, the Celtics. But like they beat us 3 times, and every time it was because they out-scrapped us. So they have a scrappy ass team. I just don't know if they need to be drafting more youth to their team average is like 25 years old. It's a baby team.
Yeah.
It'd be weird if they drafted, but again, they may not have a choice because you got to have a trade partner. You don't just get to trade things because you want to. You got to have a good deal in place and see what happens. But
they got $59 million in cap space.
Yeah, they could sign the world. They could sign Jesus if he came back. Like it's crazy. I just don't know what they're gonna do with it. Who wants to go there? People should want to go there though, because the team's actually got talent everywhere. They just young as hell.
Young and inexperienced. Number 7, Cam Whitmore going to the Pacers.
Sure. I mean, this is a team that still needs to draft. They also have a lot of youth on their team, but they can still draft. It's not a big deal. Yeah, Whitmore, like you like Whitmore before for a different team. I forget what team it was, but you said they needed to add this.
I said Detroit.
Detroit, you're right. Yeah, so the stretch 4, that's he'll be good for them, especially with the way their point guard plays. He's so good finding people. I think it'd be good for them.
Coming in.
That's interesting. Back a little 2-second backtrack to the Orlando pick. We talk about the things that they may need. Everything they have a decent team. Maybe they say F the Thompson and let somebody else have the degrees success of having them and go get Keontae George from Baylor. Go get a shooter.
Yeah.
They can go get a shooter. You know what I'm saying?
Here's the problem though. That's a trade back situation. But if you pick him there, you pick him too high.
No. I understand. I understand that, but like Orlando, it's like
I forgot Orlando got Jay Scrub on their team. What a hilarious name. My man's name is Jay Scrub.
Yeah, man. I feel like they got it. Or you can go Hawkins. You can go Jordan Hawkins from UConn. Now he's a guy that probably been jumping up for a minute. So I mean, it wouldn't be surprising if somebody like him was like, "Oh, thing to do." The Orlando Magic take Jordan Hawkins from Connecticut, and we're sitting here like, "Whoa," you know. So
yeah, I won't put anything past the Magic. I just think that they've been doing well lately. They cannot make mistakes and draft guys too high. Either trade the pick, trade back, or just pick the best available player. But yeah, I see what you're saying, though. Yeah.
Or they're saying, I'm hearing rumors as well. Take Whitmore. Whitmore's a guy too that can flat, just add on to your front line. And make it so that Paulo can really be your guard on the combo, and you got your 6'9" guy already. It don't really matter who you put on the other side because he's 6'9". You know what I'm saying? Orlando got a lot of things they can do, man.
It's already weird that they traded Vucevic and they traded Mo Bamba. So they were just like selling bigs, like, all right, we're done. I don't know what their plan is. It's gonna be interesting. Mm-hmm. Maybe they're gonna stick with both Wagners, Franz and Mo, because they like Mo. Mo came in and he balled for them. So they got both Wagners. Yeah, it's a weird team. We'll see what happens.
Coming in number 8. Going to the Wizards, Anthony Black.
Yeah. At that point, they're just drafting best available, and he's a pretty good player. But
shout out to them Duncanville Panthers, baby.
Shout out to Duncanville High, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. To the Ville.
Unfortunately, he's the reason why the state championship got stripped last year. It was all a bunch of crap, though.
Why? Because he was illegal?
That's what they forward to, even though his mom was dating the head coach, and they lived together.
Oh, so that was already sketchy. They should have known out the gate.
His dad's the one that dimed on him.
The dad dimed? The coach? Oh, the
father. His dad was his former coach, like in
right.
or something like that.
Hating ass hater. That's crazy. Eric Man, genie ass motherfucker.
Number 9 for the Jazz, Taylor Hendricks.
Taylor Hendricks from UCF. Freshman. Says he can hit the 3 a bit. 6 turnover. There's a lot of weaknesses here for him. Utah. I'm just saying. I think Utah. They don't have to jump. You can take this pick if you want. I mean, you let Vanderbilt go. You know what I mean? So this can be your Vanderbilt pickup for less, because you knew you was gonna have to pay him at some point. Yeah, you can stay grace with this pick, man, if you're not gonna trade up or whatever.
And number
Grady Dick.
Grady Dick for the Mavs.
It's a shooter for y'all. He can shoot. It's about
problem though.
It's about what he does. You said what?
Offense is the problem.
Yeah, offense is not the problem, and y'all are never gonna fix what your actual problem is. So
nah.
That's the funny part, man. Y'all are not looking to fix it at all.
Grady Dick, man. Hey, man. I mean, hey, you do good in high school, you get your things, man. You still finish out as a though, he had mixed years, his 2 years in Kansas to be in the top 10. I can see him not being in the top 10 by the time the actual mark come out.
Just some other notable names I want to mention. We're not going to do the rest of the teams, but just some other notable names. Actually, the next 3 picks are notable. Carson Wallace out of Kentucky, Keontae George out of Baylor, and Jordan Hawkins out of UConn. Interested to see where they go. If they go in those slots, that'd be interesting for sure, especially Jordan Hawkins. He's a shooter. We watched him basically be the reason that UConn won it all. And then late in the draft, first round, Marcus Sasser, who ended up being the best player in the best player on that Houston team in the tournament. He changed it for them. Like they had the guy that they had all year, Anthony Black and everybody. Well, not Anthony Black. They had what's his name? Jarace Walker was balling all year, but when it came and then Nick Smith Jr. was balling too. But when it came to the tourney, Sasser was the one who was really getting busy. So I look forward to seeing what he looks like in the league too. They got him going later in the round, so we'll see what happens, man.
Comes from some great genes. His pops and his uncle hella players.
Right. So I think he's gonna have it in him. He's shown that he has potential. So should be interesting to see. But yeah, man, shout out to everybody who joined up in here, man. We appreciate y'all. I mean, we had some hometown heroes in here. My man E. Killer, my man Dow was in here.
You know what I'm saying? Had the Bean out here tonight.
Yeah,
man.
the bean was in here heavy, man.
Shout out to Mama. You know what I'm saying? In the building tonight. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Football Talk. You know what I'm saying? In the building tonight.
All that.
Shout out to Chris. Chris always making his heaven appearance. Hurry up. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Chris. Shout out to Matter of fact, we'll give a shout out to Chris, man, this week, man. Because some people just do crazy shit. And some things are weird. But this dude took the time out of his life. And we know Chris, Chris, inside and out, he's a great guy, but as everybody though, he deals with his own things. He made all of us in Madden.
Yeah, right.
And that's like a star, you know what I'm saying? Like that little bit of stardom, you know what I'm saying? A little bit of inspiration for people, it's a little way, you know what I'm saying? I'm not on national TV and stuff. We have fans. We have fans that love us. Yeah. So shout out to
we love y'all for real.
Yeah, shout out to everybody that takes their time, you know what I'm saying, to tap, like, subscribe, take a peek, watch us, you know what I'm saying, and we're gonna keep it coming, fellas.
Again, I forgot to talk to. I'll get back to the fans real quick. About the Tap Out show. I'm not sure if we're going this week, but I will. If we are, we will let you know by tomorrow. Other than that, we'll be back at it Monday with a play call sheet. I don't know what we're gonna talk about.
We're gonna figure something out.
Like we always do.
Y'all seen me in a little 8-minute interview, you know what I'm saying, the other day. I'm gonna try to continue that, you know what I'm saying, through the Sports Circle Friends group page, you know what I'm saying. So be on top of that. I'll tag you all, you know what I'm saying, if I go on a weekend riff, you know what I'm saying, to turn the I might have to crash your live, bro. You can crash our live. Maybe you should be able to come in here, man. We do it, whatever, you know, because I don't know where I'm gonna be this weekend, but I wanna, regain my live status, you know what I'm saying, as being the live king. At one part of time, I was live every day. Like, damn.
Yeah, every day was live. We were like, dog,
you know
took this.
So I'm gonna try to bring the graces, but yeah.
It's like every other day in my memories, I got a Took live from way back. So
I look at him every day and I'm like, damn, man.
I would always share them shits. I would always share them. Like, yo, that's my guy.
Man. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, man. Shout out to everybody. Dow, I'm gonna give Dow the MVP. He came in slinging.
Don't give him no MVP. He don't know how to act like Joel Embiid when he got.
Yeah, he don't know how to act, but that's fine. That's what love. We know how to deal with him.
The guys did a great job tonight. They shouted everybody out there who hung out with us tonight. As always, we appreciate it, man. Y'all keep rolling with your boys, man. We got a lot of stuff that we're working on behind the scenes, a lot of additional show ideas, because we like doing it, and y'all give us the energy to do it. So we definitely appreciate everybody that taps in with us night in and night out. Man, I'll probably have to say, y'all make it worthwhile, man. Especially YouTube brothers, man. I really appreciate y'all. That's what we do. We let people laugh, we entertain, and we have fun. But with that being said, like my man Will said, we see y'all Monday. We don't have the Tap Out show.
I don't think so. We'll see though.
Much appreciated, dog.
I
already know.
Y'all take care.